On the news this week, 16-year-old commits suicide after her boyfriend ended their relationship. Posg forms updates and schools that announce the sale of their forms this week. Jamb change of course and institution forms 2021. Update on jupeb, ijmb, predegree and basic studies admission forms. Update for part-time and diploma admission forms. Nursing and School of Health forms. NDLEA arrests core member for importing drugged candies. AAU law student dies in a car accident 4 days after his final exam. Ignatius Ajuru University of Education IAUE hands over students selling and smoking India hemp to NDLEA. Governor Obaseki meets best JAMB candidate in Edo State. Welcome to the 4th episode of the weekly academic news roundup. If you have missed other episodes, you can easily get them right on this channel. The weekly academic news roundup comes up every Sunday evening, featuring the highlights of all that has happened in the academic space for the past week. We're a new channel trying to keep you informed, and the only way you can appreciate us is by watching to the end and subscribing to this channel by clicking on the red subscribe button just below this video, as well as hitting the like button and sharing so that others can see it. Please know that subscription is absolutely free. Now, let's head over to the news in detail, and we are going to begin with JAMB change of course and institution updates. If you do not meet up with the cutoff marks set by the institution you chose, then changing your institution or course is your next sure bet of getting admission in 2021. In the last policy meeting, it was announced that 1,456 students who scored 300 and above did not get admitted in 2020 because of their rigidity. That is, when a candidate refuses to settle for another institution or course that they have chosen. In our earlier post on this channel, we also spoke about the next thing to do immediately after seeing your JAMB result. You can watch it. I strongly advise you to change your course if your JAMB score isn't sufficient for the course you chose, or change institution if your cutoff mark is not sufficient for the school you chose. You can still study your dream course in another university simply by making a change. JAMB change of course and institution form is on, and you can effect your changes now. As for the deadline, it has not been announced yet. You can change to any of the schools that have announced the sale of their posg forms for 2021. Now, let's move over to posg forms update and schools that announced the sale of their forms this week. It is no longer news that several schools have started announcing the sale of their posg forms since the JAMB policy meeting, which was held on the 31st of August 2021. If you have been an adept follower of our weekly news roundup, then it means that by now you know all the institutions that have announced the sale of their forms for 2021. However, this week, we saw the release of posg forms for the following institutions. 1. Dominican University in Ibadan, with a cutoff mark of 140. Posg screening for 2021-2022 academic session commenced on Wednesday, September 8, 2021, and will subsequently hold every Wednesday of the week between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. for interested candidates. Online application form is 7,500 naira, and the posg screening exercise is 2,000 naira. You can check the link in the description for more. 2. Thomas Adewumi University with a cutoff mark of 160. To apply, candidates should pay a non-refundable fee of 2,000 naira at any bank in favor of Thomas Adewumi University, Oko, in Kwara State. 3. Mainland College of Technology has announced applications from suitably qualified candidates for National Diploma ND and Higher National Diploma HND into the institution for the 2021-2022 academic session. Interested candidates must have at least 5 O-level subjects, which must include English and mathematics. There's a link in the description to learn more. 4. Prime Polytechnic has announced invitation from suitably qualified candidates for National Diploma ND and Higher National Diploma HND into Prime Polytechnic for the 2021-2022 academic session. You can also check the link in the description to learn more. 5. Bingham University in Abuja has announced application from suitably qualified candidates for admission into the university's degree programs. Screening schedule begins on the 15th of September 2021. 6. Federal Polytechnic Nasarawa has announced applications from suitably qualified candidates for admission into its National Diploma full-time program run by the institution for the 2021-2022 academic session. Cutoff mark is 120 and the cost of the form is 2,000 naira. 7. Delta State Polytechnic Ogashigu has announced application from all interested and qualified candidates for admission into its NBTE accredited National Diploma programs of the institution. Cost of the form is 2,000 naira and the closing date for application is 30th November 2021. 8. Global Polytechnic in Ondo State has announced application for suitably qualified candidates for admission into the National Diploma ND and Higher National Diploma of the institution. Please check the link in the description to learn more. 9. Ignatius Ajuru University of Education has announced the sale of its post-utme form for all utme and direct entry candidates for the 2021-2022 academic session. UTME candidates who scored 140 and above in the jamb examination, including those that did not choose the institution and are willing to change, and direct entry candidates are invited to apply. The registration will commence on Wednesday, 8 September 2021 and close on Thursday, September 30th, 2021. The registration fee is 2,000 naira only. 10. Federal Polytechnic Ecoware has announced application for suitably qualified candidates for admission into the Federal Polytechnic Ecoware Bayelsa State Full-Time National Diploma Program for the 2021-2022 academic session. The cost of the form is 2,000 naira. 11. Rivers State University has announced the sale of its post-utme form for 2021. Cut-off mark is 160. The cost of the form is 2,000 naira and application closes on October 8, 2021. Screening exercise will take place from Monday 18 October 2021. 12. Mater Dai Polytechnic has announced the sale of its National Diploma ND, Higher National Diploma HND and Degree BSc programs for the 2021-2022 academic session for all interested candidates. Interested candidates can obtain the admission or application form at Mater Dai Polytechnic main campus. 13. Precious Cornerstone University has announced application from suitably qualified UTME and direct entry candidates for admission into the institution's various first degree programs for the 2021-2022 academic session. Cost of the application form is 7,500 naira. 14. Maritime Academy of Nigeria has announced application from suitably qualified candidates with a JAMB score of 160 and 175, depending on the intended course of study. Application fee is 2,000 naira. Registration commences September 20th and ends October 19th. The online registration for the Maritime Academy of Nigeria post-utme screening exercise for the admission into National Diploma ND programs for the 2021-2022 academic session will commence from Monday 20th September to Tuesday 19th October 2021. 15. Abraham Adesanyan Polytechnic has announced application for suitably qualified candidates who scored 120 and above in the 2021 UTME for admission into full-time national diploma programs of Abraham Adesanyan Polytechnic for 2021. If you are interested, you can apply. 16. Al-Hikmah University has announced application for suitably qualified candidates for admission into its 4-year degree program for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME candidates and 3-year degree programs for direct entry candidates. Cost of the form is 2,000 naira. 17. Ahmadu Bello University Zaria has announced the sale of its post-UTME screening form for 2021-2022 academic session. The cutoff mark is 180. The cost is 2,000 naira. Candidates who made the institution their first choice are required to register online for the screening exercise from 13 September to 10 October 2021. 18. Nnamdi Azikiwe University has also announced the sale of its post-utme form for 2021. Cutoff mark is between 160 to 200 depending on the course you choose. Cost is 2,000 naira. Deadline is November 12th, 2021. 19. And now to Michael Otedola College of Primary Education, Mokped. The institution is inviting qualified candidates for admission into its institution 4-year 8-semester part-time NCE program for the 2021-2022 academic session. Application forms are obtainable online by interested candidates who would not sit for UTME with a payment of 3,000 naira only. Closing date to be communicated in due course. And to a very strong warning from the management of Delta State University. This institution is notifying the general public that Delta State University, Abraka, has not started the sale of its post-UTME forms. And the publication for the sale of forms currently online is not from Delta State University and should be ignored and disregarded. The general public will be informed through the website when forms are out. All prospective students are to note this information as to not fall prey to fraudsters. Likewise, the University of Port Harcourt, Uniport, is informing prospective students of the university that the management has released an update on the 2021 post-UTME screening exercise. WAEC candidates who will not be able to attend the post-UTME exams as scheduled should please report to the university on Monday 27 September 2021 by 7 a.m. for supplementary post-UTME test. Candidates should log into www.uniport.edu.ng for the registration procedure. Candidates must apply within the registration period as the online link for the application form will be disabled at midnight on Thursday, 16 September 2021. And now to some update on schools of health and nursing. We have update from Centenary College of Health Science and Technology, where applications are invited from suitably qualified candidates for admission into all the programs and departments in Centenary College of Health Science and Technology, MOHUA. Interested applicants are to go to the ICT office of the college to purchase the online application form. 2. ATBUTH has announced application from suitably qualified candidates for admission into its post-basic midwifery programs for the 2021-2022 academic session. Interested applicants should go to the college and obtain application PIN number for online application on payment of application fee of 6,200 naira only into TSA pay point of ATB UTH Bauchi. The application forms will be available with effect from 13 September to 23rd September 2021. Hard copies of the completed form should be returned to the college on or before 23rd September 2021. 3. UNI Abuja has announced application for suitably qualified candidate for admission into its National Diploma in Paramedics Technology Program in the Center for Paramedics and Emergency Health Service of the University for the 2021-2022 academic session. A non-refundable fee of 15,000 naira only will be payable on the application portal, while application deadline is from Monday 6th September 2021 and close on Sunday 31st October 2021. 4. University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital has announced the date for its entrance exam into the School of Health Information Management for the 2021-2022 academic session. Date is 15 September 2021. Time is 8 a.m. Venue School of Nursing Lecture Hall. However, any candidate who fails to upload his or her O-level result on JAMB portal will be automatically disabled and cannot be considered for admission into SHIN. And now on to jupeb, ijmb, predegree and basic studies admission form. 1. Macpherson University, a tertiary institution of the Foursquare Gospel Church in Nigeria, has announced the sale of its jupeb form. If you are interested, please go ahead and apply. 2. First Technical University Ibadan invites suitably qualified candidate for admission into our predegree program for the 2021-2022 academic session. Applicant for admission into its predegree program must possess 5 credits in WAEC, NECO, GCE, or equivalent at not more than 2 sittings and a relevant subject from English, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, technical drawing, and geography. Students with awaiting result can also apply. Cost of the form is 15,330 naira. 3. Calvary Polytechnic has announced the sale of its ijmb form for the 2021 academic session. Candidates are required to pay a non-refundable admission fee of 10,000 naira. 4. Clifford University has announced application for suitably qualified candidate for admission into the Joint Preliminary Examination Board jupeb program for 2021 academic session. The program leads to the award of jupeb certificate, which enables candidates gain direct entry admission into their respective second-year degree programs in Clifford University, Owerri, and other jupeb-affiliated universities in Nigeria and abroad. And lastly, the Federal University of Technology, Owerri Futu, has announced the commencement of the 2021-2022 Basic Studies Program of the Joint Universities Preliminary Examination Board. Application fee is 16,000 naira. The closing date will be communicated to candidates via SMS, while the resumption date is October 2021. And now to some part-time admission forms. Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, IAUE, Port Harcourt in Rivers State invites application for suitably qualified candidate for admission into its regular and weekend part-time degree program and HND conversion to degree for the 2021-2022 academic session. The registration portal will be closed on 29th October 2021. We also have update from Federal College of Education, Okene, about the release of our admission form into diploma, remedial, NCE sandwich and pre-NCE program of the institution. If you are interested, you can apply. Let's now move over to some other news making the round this week, as NDLEA arrests core member for importing drugged candies. A serving core member of the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) in the person of Anod Maniru has been arrested by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) in Abuja for being in possession of drug-laced candies. The 22-year-old core member was apprehended on Saturday, 28 August 2021 by the agency after it busted a consignment at the warehouse of a transport company in Abuja. Maniru reportedly imported 4 kilograms of the drug candies containing Arizona, a strong variant of cannabis, and some liquid from the United Kingdom. We also have reported that an AAU law student dies in a car accident 4 days after his final exam. The law student Uyi Imiefan, who took his last exam on Saturday, August 28, lost his life while he was heading to Epoma from Urumi on Wednesday, September 1st, when a Nissan SUV ran into the car he was in along Irwa Road. May his soul rest in peace. In another report, IAUE hands over students selling and smoking Indian hemp to NDLEA. The management of the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Port Harcourt, has announced the arrest and suspension of an undergraduate student of the institution for allegedly dealing in Indian hemp. The student, Newton Ezegbola Insegbe, from the Department of Political Science, was reportedly apprehended by the university security personnel in the hostel with over 1.75 grams of a substance suspected to be Indian hemp, which he smokes and sells to his colleagues on campus. The university vice chancellor, Professor Ozo Mekuru Indemile, who announced Nsigbe's arrest and suspension, said he has been handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) for further investigation, and the matter has been referred to the Student Disciplinary Committee to determine his fate as a student of the institution. He added that there will be no peace for those who want to dent the image of the university, as God will continue to expose them. Let's now move over to Edo State, where Governor Obaseki meets the best JAMB candidates in the state. The Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki met with one of the best candidates of the 2021 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) over the weekend at the State House for his outstanding performance in the exams. The student, identified as Eyizoge Jeffrey Aideloge, emerged as the best UTME candidate in Edo State after scoring 347 and ranked among the first 10 highest scorers in the 2021 UTME, and was received by the governor in company of former Cross River State Governor Donald Duke. Obaseki commended Aideloge and the management of St. Michael College in Ikenuro, Benin for the brilliant performance, while explaining that the feat has further encouraged his administration's decision on prioritizing education in the state. Former Cross River State Governor Donald Duke told Aideloge that a lot of people are proud of his achievement. Aideloge attributed his success to hard work and support from his teachers, classmates, parents, and promised to remain a good ambassador of the state. I will end the news this week on a rather sad note, as a 16-year-old commits suicide after her boyfriend ended their relationship. The family of a 16-year-old secondary school student, simply identified as Blessing, has been left heartbroken following the unfortunate demise of the teenager. Blessing, who passed on Tuesday, September 7, 2021, is said to have consumed a poisonous substance after her boyfriend ended their relationship. According to a family source, she drank a substance and was rushed to the hospital where she passed on. The incident reportedly happened at Okumugba Avenue, Warri, Delta State. Please, nothing is worth taking your own life. And that's all for this week. My name is Owulabi Tangod, aka MC Oblo. Thanks for staying put. Don't forget to like this video as well as subscribe to this channel. See you next week.